What's up, guys? Jason of New Age Revolution down here in the cave for another quick video. We have not talked about toys in a while, and I believe that that's, the way this channel started was talking about toys and my toy collection. Well, so I decided maybe to, every once in a while, maybe once maybe once a week or something, I'll grab a toy or a toy line from down here and start chatting about it with you. And the first one that I wanted to talk about was the Dukes of Hazzard. The Dukes of Hazzard MEGO toy line that first started appearing in print in 1981. And, I'm not going to give you, you know how this channel is. It's not about facts of, I'm not going to bore you with production numbers. We're going to talk about what the Dukes of Hazzard toys meant to me and why they're sitting on a shelf behind me. The Dukes of Hazzard is a show that I don't remember. Now, hang on. Of course, I remember the concept. It was one of my favorite shows as a kid. And the only reason I know that it was one of my favorite shows as a kid is because everybody told me that it's a show that I watched back in the very early 80s. I mean, I was probably only 6 or 7 years old. So Dukes of Hazzard, The Incredible Hulk, and The Greatest American Hero were 3 shows that apparently I had to watch. And I surprisingly do not own the Dukes of Hazzard TV show on DVD yet. It's always been priced at around $80 to $120. It fluctuates. Well, a couple of weeks ago I was in Walmart and they actually had a condensed box set. So the big box is like, it's a big solid square, and that's on Amazon for like $89 right now. But Walmart had the entire series condensed into smaller package for about $49.99. And that is a ridiculously cheap price for the Dukes of Hazzard. I don't know if it's Mill Creek or whoever gets the deals on those DVDs. So I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it hopefully by the weekend. Because while I'm sure I'll remember, there'll be some memory triggers, I don't remember Dukes of Hazzard episodes at all, and I'm looking very forward to watching it. I already own The Incredible Hulk, and I already own The Greatest American Hero. So adding the Dukes of Hazzard is going to be like the cap-off of my 3 favorite childhood shows that I don't remember watching. Anyway, 1981, MEGO, my least favorite toy company, MEGO, starts putting out some stuff. And we've got, I'm gonna give you close looks at all of these toys, but for now, from afar, these are the way the figures came, but not really. The interesting thing about these figures is that they are all different styles of figures, right? So the actual Duke boys, Bo and Luke, are more in this articulated G.I. Joe 3 3/4 inch style, right? And again, we're going to take very close looks at all of these figures in a minute, but articulated knees, elbows, everything. And then you go and you get this style of figure, the Boss Hog, right? That it's not articulated, and it's a little bit of a different toy style than the Dukes, right? And then our officers are more along the lines of the Boss Hog. So interesting, strange, and there was a Series 1 and a Series 2 of the Dukes of Hazzard toys and vehicles, which again we'll take a look at up close in a moment. But this is the Dukes of Hazzard car that I thought was pretty interesting because it actually has an opening here in the top of the car. So this is the way that you're supposed to slide the guys into the car. Because remember, the Duke boys would slide across the hood and into the car through the window, but it'd be a little tough to do. So they cut a hole in the top of the car so that you could put the figures in the driver's seat, and then they kind of slide out the bottom, but whatever. Anyway, Dukes of Hazzard. Now, why is this line important? Well, obviously, the TV show that I enjoyed as a kid, but this has, when I was recollecting, when I started this collection, I wanted to get toys from childhood, and then maybe stuff that I didn't have that I'd always wanted, and that was kind of the foundation for the collection. This set is important to me for a different reason, right? So picture this, Christmas 1982, let's say, right? And I am all of 6 years old. And it might have been 83 when I was all of 7 years old. But for a 5, 6, 7-year-old kid, Santa Claus has gotten all of my presents up to that point. All of the Christmas presents are from Santa. Now, there's the occasional Christmas Eve present that you got from your grandma, stuff like that. But for the most part, the presents under the Christmas tree said, "To the New 80s Revolution." Yeah, it's weird. Coincidence. From Santa. Right? Awesome. Well, back on that Christmas morning of 82 or 83, there was a different present under the tree. There was a wrapped up rectangle box under the tree that said, "To me, from Dad." What? So my dad, for the first time in history, bought a Christmas present on his own, and made sure that he knew that it was coming from me. Or from him, I'm sorry, instead of Santa. And that's the one thing that I remember about this toy set, that it was from my dad way earlier than, parents were getting presents in addition to Santa. And I thought that was cool. And that memory stuck with me. It stuck with me. So when it was time to, recollect some stuff, my love of the Dukes of Hazzard is not through the roof. I mean, it might be once I watch the show again. But, the only reason I added this set was because of the Christmas memory. That this was the first present that my dad got me for Christmas from him. Okay, instead of Santa. And I thought that was pretty awesome. Let's take a look. We're gonna this line went the 3 3/4 inch figures. This line has the 8 or 9 inch cloth MEGO dolls that I can't stand. I just don't have any love for the MEGO cloth style figures. We'll take a look at those. I am currently missing 2 figures, and we'll talk about that as we go inside the line and take a much closer look at the Dukes of Hazzard MEGO toy line right now. Okay, guys, this is Series 1, incomplete. So there is your Luke Duke figure. Again, articulated, kind of a G.I. Joe style figure, complete with the, that famous G.I. Joe screw. And it is a rubber band style figure. Okay, it is the O-ring style figure. So there he is, Luke Duke, right? And then in the same style of figure, we have Bo Duke. Same G.I. Joe 3 3/4 inch style. He's got that weird belt right up on his shirt there. I think if we got to kind of push the figure together a little bit more, and it looks more like a belt. But great stuff, right? And then they just switch it up on us. And I guess it makes sense because Boss Hogg was a portly fella. And you can see how this figure has just tarnished and yellowed over the years. This is really poor. And he's missing his hat. His signature white hat is missing. A little cigar there in his hand. And like I said, so I guess it kind of makes sense that they needed a fatter body style. So they went with this non-articulated style. Now, also missing from this is the Daisy Duke figure. She rounded out Series 1. And I had her, and I had her for several years until the children happened. And the children came into my room at some point, and Daisy Duke has disappeared. Daisy Duke has been missing for about 2 years. And I have no idea where she is. So if I decide to, go back and complete this line, I need probably a better Boss Hogg, right? Because this one is just bad with all the yellowing. I mean, I suppose I could... He is just all white, and the shoes are white. I guess I could do a paint job on this guy and just try to get him back to crispy white. I suppose I could. But he's missing his hat, too. We need the hat. And we need a Daisy. I need a Daisy Duke. She's gone. I don't know where she is. She could be hiding. She could have fallen behind a shelf. The children could have eaten her. I have no idea. But this is Series 1. All right. Series 2. Series 2 was Roscoe, right? Roscoe P. Coltrane, the sheriff. His deputy, Cletus. Uncle Jesse. And a fellow named Cooter. Right? So again, thanks to the children, Cooter is no longer with us. Cooter disappeared maybe a year ago. Wow, they are walking those whoa, listen to that. Walking those floors upstairs. Anyway, Cooter disappeared about 6 months ago. No idea where he ended up. So this is Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse is the non-G.I. Joe style, non-articulation. And there's two variants. First of all, if you watch the show, my memory says that Uncle Jesse always had white beard and white hair. And there is a version of that. You can see that here. Right? Neither one is more rare, I don't think. Either one is the same price, but I need the white-bearded Uncle Jesse. This just doesn't feel like Uncle Jesse. Now here's where the real mystery comes in. I don't know if this is Roscoe or Cletus. I have no idea. And you'd say, well, why don't you just look at the pictures? Well, I can't tell. Because as you can see here, they both look the same. Now, the problem is there's a dead giveaway with Roscoe's hand. Okay, Roscoe's hand, his right hand, this one, which you can see in the pictures, is in a very strange grip position. Not sure what they were going with there. But the face of that figure looks just like the face of this figure. His partner Cletus has both hands down like Roscoe, like this figure, but his face does not look like the Cletus face. So I don't know what I got going on here. And both are missing their police hat. So I've got quite an incomplete toy line here, and I don't even know who I have here. But I'm going to assume that this is Cletus, because again, Roscoe, and I'm just going to assume that this is Cletus. Their faces are very similar, because this figure does not have the what are we going to call it? What kind of grip is that? The Kung Fu grip? Oh, there's it's something. But I don't know. So I'm going to say that this is Cletus, missing his hat. this is Uncle Jesse, version 1, without the correct white beard. And that would conclude Series 2, with me obviously needing a few more figures. Now, the car. Let's take a look at the car. Plastic MEGO car. Doors fused shut, and so what they did was they gave us an opening, right? So you put your figures in here. Let's see. You know, you can get your figures in here, get them positioned down. I can't do it with one hand, but get them positioned down in the seat, and that's how you add both figures to the car. Now, there's a big hole down here. So really, if you're playing with this car and you're driving it around, the figures fall out of the bottom. I mean, this might be another way to get them up, I guess, but they slide out through the bottom. So there is your General Lee MEGO car, up close and personal. Pretty nice, pretty great. The figures are great. It's a nice little toy line. Now, there was a very interesting discovery that I made while, doing a little research for this. Take a look at this. There's actually a unproduced prototype playset, which actually ended up being Cooter's Garage. So take a look at that. Cooter's Auto Mechanic Garage playset was almost part of the Dukes of Hazzard toy line. All right, so kind of an incomplete line, a little bit of a disappointment as I, come down here and realize that I'm missing several figures from this line. And I have to get on that. I have to at least find the Cooter figure. I could probably never get tired of saying that word, even though it's the strangest name. Anyway, I need to find my Cooter. He's got to be down here somewhere. I mean, really. There's not a lot of places for him to have gone. I don't know. Daisy's been gone for a couple of years. I think she might be behind this shelf, but I don't want to look. And I don't even know if she really is. But Daisy's gone, Cooter's gone, Boss Hogg's hat is missing, and he's a horrible two-tone color that I definitely think I can paint. And we need the Uncle Jesse with his correct gray hair. There's a couple other vehicles. Take a look at this. A couple of vehicles. There's the Boss Hogg limo or Cadillac. There is the Daisy Jeep, which is amazing. And there is the police car that I actually did have at one point way, way back in childhood. Those are pricey. Those are really, really pricey on eBay. $150, $250 and up for those vehicles. So yeah, I gotta get the kids down here. I need to put them to work. I need to crack the whip, and they need to find my Daisy and my missing Cooter. And then I got to figure out what the heck is going on with these. Both missing their hats, but is this Roscoe? Is this Cletus? I don't know. I'm very confused. If you guys have information, or if you have the figures that I need, let me know. Let me write you a little check. Well, Venmo or something, and give me, sell me the figures. Let's complete this line. Let's do it. Let's complete the line. This video has inspired me to complete the line. Okay, that's a closer look at the Dukes of Hazzard by MEGO, and I'll see you next time. Good night now.